Hi, Sexy Biscuits, and welcome into King's Bounty 2. A little bit of housekeeping. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure to leave a like as it helps in the algorithm, and also subscribe. So let's talk about King's Bounty 2. What is King's Bounty 2? Well, this is the long-awaited sequel to King's Bounty 1. To give you an idea of how longly awaited this is, the original game came out in 1990, the year before I was born, and was released on Amiga, C64, and MS-DOS. Yeah, this may be the longest awaited sequel ever. There was another game in 2008, but we're going to class the original game as the original, and this, of course, is the sequel to that. But either way, why do I want to talk about this? Well, not only is this an RPG with choices, I love a good RPG, but it's also a turn-based strategy game. From what I've been seeing, and the videos you're seeing in the background right now, there are two variants of gameplay in this game. Not only do you have the turn-based stuff, which we'll talk about in a minute, but also we have open areas that are third person. For me, this is brilliant. I tried playing Divinity Original Sin, which I guess is the closest we can kind of relate this to, and I'm not too big on isometric RPGs. So this kind of fixes that issue. When you're talking to different characters, when you're exploring towns, the game is completely third person and it looks beautiful. And let's talk about talking to characters. There seems to be a lot of dialogue options here. Now, we can't see them. I'm guessing they turned the HUD off in this gameplay demo, but what I will say is you seem to be able to ask NPCs quite a lot of different questions, and this will have consequences. So let's say you're nasty to someone or don't help someone, there are going to be consequences for your actions. Now, this is being published by Prime Matter, who we've talked about before and I've worked with a couple of times, and the developer is 1C Entertainment. Now, I do recognize that developer. So I've looked into their games. They made Ancestors Legacy, which we covered about 2 years ago. There are 182 games that they have worked on, so it's safe to say this developer's done quite a lot. Now, I was very kindly given the gameplay early that you're seeing right now by Dead Good Media, which is a PR group. The devs are also fantastic and wanted to help as well by sending me some stuff to show here. So I really do appreciate the support from the developer and the PR. Let's talk about the strategy side of this. Now, this is probably going to be the majority of the gameplay, and it works on a hex-based system, so you can move your characters from different hexes, or hexagonals, I guess. This reminds me a lot of Divinity, or even a little bit like Civ on a smaller scale. And you're going to be using magic. You've got different skills that use different things, like poison, for instance, and setting people on fire. And also, I'm assuming from what I'm seeing, you can actually use the terrain for your advantage. So let's say you wanted to get behind a house to take cover, you can. Or if you wanted to get higher up, you may have a better advantage. And there are going to be a ton of different skills and stuff you can unlock throughout the game. Now, I will be honest, the bit I'm most excited for is the exploration and third-person parts of the game, because that's just kind of the gamer I am. But if this plays as good as it looks, I will probably get into this quite a lot. I wanted to talk about this because honestly, I haven't really seen many people talking about King's Bounty 2. This was revealed all the way back when Koch Media revealed Prime Matter, and they showed a little trailer of this game. And I remember saying then, I was excited for this. I think this was the most excited I was for a game in that list. It was definitely between this and The Last Oracro as well. I really love The Last Oracro, and I'm probably going to be doing a video on that soon. But yeah, I wanted to talk about this because, yeah, I want to get this out there. I want people to know about this game. It's coming out in less than a month. Get on this. Now, in terms of consoles you can get this on PC, PS4, Switch, and Xbox One. So this is going to work, of course, on your PS5 and your Series X. I'm not sure if they're going to be releasing some kind of update to make the games run better on Series X or PS5, but we can always hope. That's something I always recommend developers do because it adds a little bit more replayability to games. It also just makes the games run better and you'll have a better experience. Now, I don't know if this game runs at 60 natively, but if they could bump that up to 60 on consoles, that would be fantastic. So the last thing I want to do was just read the description that they give on their press release. Offering a fresh take on the acclaimed fantasy series, King's Bounty 2 expands upon its tactical turn-based battles to offer players a truly immersive RPG experience that adds weight to every decision. Whether leading an army into battle against unliving horrors or building relations with local townsfolk, experience a rich world that blends realism and fantasy, filled with compelling stories, memorable characters, and moral choices of plenty. And when they mention different characters, yes, there are going to be set characters you can play as. I don't know if we can actually create our own character. Personally, with RPGs, I always love creating my own character, but they seem to be announcing new characters that are already pre-made, like Catherine got announced recently. Either way, this is going to be a good time, and I will be making more content on this when I have the ability to. Anyway, I want to hear what you guys think. Comment down below and tell me. Again, to the developers and Prime Matter, I'm excited about this, to the point where I even reached out to the developer and Prime Matter personally to be like, hey, could you send me some stuff that I can make a video on, because I really like the look of this and I want to share it with people. Anyway, I love each and every single one of you, but until next time, that's me out. Bye, guys.